Coffee with Tara. Today on my show, we'll be interviewing Deva, the founder of Beyond the Hurt. I hope you guys stay tuned and hear her story. Good morning and welcome to Coffee with Tara. Today's special guest is a friend of mine. Well, actually, she's a friend of my aunt's, and it's our first time meeting, but I feel like we're friends. So, but she's here today to share her story. She's the founder of Beyond the Hurt, and it's just an amazing ministry that she has. And she's someone who hasn't let her pain make her bitter, but better. And she's just changing the lives of many people. So, thanks for coming on today.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, I was just reading your bio and just hearing everything that you've been through, and it's just amazing to see that you're still here, you're still strong, and you're making a difference, and you have a heart for helping people.
Yes.
How do you think that started? When did you get a heart for people?
Well, I've always had a heart for people.
Yeah.
The direction it took me in is when, of course, when I was married, and to be able to have empathy for single mothers that have to raise their children. And it was a struggle. It was like simply challenging. It was discouraging at times, but that's what gave me again, my heart was big, but that led me in the direction of helping out single mothers because I was able to experience it myself.
Wow. So when you got married and stuff, you didn't picture life changing like that?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It was for better or for worse, to death do us part.
Wow.
So, and having 4 children, 3 girls, 1 boy, I just thought we would be that happy family that, you know, that father was there for their children, our children. We excelled in life, and it didn't work out like that.
Wow. So I feel like your story is relatable to many of single moms as well, who are trying to do everything on their own, taking care of their kids. What was the key to you being able to be the support for your kids, to fill in those 2 roles, I guess you could kind of say? How were you able to do that?
First of all, I give glory to God.
Amen.
That was the first one, having faith, having a strong mother. But to look at my children and to know that they were innocent in the whole situation, I knew I couldn't let them down. I wanted to give them an opportunity to be successful without all of my baggage being poured upon them.
Wow.
My hurt should not affect their lives. Their thinking process, their decision making. So I tried to shield them as much as possible, but knowing that I had the responsibility, that God gave me the responsibility of having 4 children, that was the biggest push, motivation that I had.
Wow, that's really good. I love that you give the glory to God with that too.
Yes.
And I feel like your kids have a great role model. They can see someone who has strength. You know, you were able to, sometimes people are worried that their kids are going to pick up this or what are their kids going to think. But a lot of times when your parents are struggling or something, you see strength that comes out of, you know, one of the parents that might not have been able to see if like there wasn't a divorce or anything like that. But what advice could you give to a single mother out there or someone who feels like they need to give up? There's no way, shape, or form that they can continue to go take care of their kids, take care of themselves. What advice could you give them?
The biggest advice is to look at their children. They were my biggest motivation. I wanted to keep a smile on their face.
Yeah.
Again, I wanted to give them the opportunity. The biggest advice is to know that it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. You're going to cry. You're going to have to probably cry alone because you don't want to share everything, you know, with your family and friends.
Yeah.
You don't want them to judge you, or you don't want them to feel sorry for you.
Wow. Yeah.
But you want them just to support you, whatever you do. But the biggest advice is simply just don't give up. Give God the glory and pray.
Amen. Prayer is very powerful.
Most definitely.
Mm-hmm. So, someone that was very important in your life, I know that you talked about your mother, losing her. She got cancer in 2011, and then the end of 2015, she passed away. That's a lot by any means. I couldn't imagine losing my mother. How were you able to cope? Did you feel like giving up during that time?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I didn't want to give up because I feel like I still had something to do here. But that was the lowest part of my life because my mother was my strength. She is my strength because her legacy still lives on. She taught me. She was also divorced from my father, and the way she handled it, she was very strong. Again, she kept pushing. She didn't give up, and because of her example of being a strong woman, that gave me the strength to be able to push forward. So I give her a lot of credit also. But that was the darkest part of my life. But again, when I went to the counselor and she asked me what makes me happy, I told her helping other people.
Helping others, wow.
Yeah. To see a smile, even though through my hurt I can make someone else smile.
Yeah.
That gives me joy.
Yeah.
That's where my joy comes from. One of the biggest things, one of the commandments I should say is love your neighbors. Simple.
Mm-hmm. Love your neighbors, yes.
Is as you would, how can we love God who we have not seen and yet hate the people that we do? I mean,
yeah.
And to go through the situation of being in a situation of being a single mother, I have great empathy. And the participants that have come into with Beyond the Hurt that we have been working with, they're hurt. A lot of people say that a single mother put them own selves in that situation. Maybe they ran the man away or they were not good enough, but there's always a situation that a single mother became a single mother. It's not always her fault. Even if it is, she still has children to raise.
Yes.
And I am not there to judge her. I should say we are not there to judge her. We are there to assist her and help her to be a better person, because those little people that she's raising can be the next president. Just like with Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Can be that doctor, the lawyer, or even just successful as being a great mother or father to their children.
Yeah.
So.
Wow. So you started Beyond the Hurt November of 2015, and do you want to just tell people a little bit more the heart behind that, and when did you know, like, this is what I want to do? I want to be a business owner. I want to give back. I want to help single moms and their children. What was the heart behind that?
Believe it or not, I think I shared with you the dream I had like 18 or 19 plus years prior to my mom passing. And in that dream, I was on a podium and I was speaking, and there were women of all ages, colors, races, I should say, and they were hugging each other. And I was like, what is going on? I'm thinking to myself in the dream, what is going on? But they were hurt. But the words that was coming out of my mouth, I hate to, but was giving them life and encouragement and motivation. So I didn't know what that meant, because I'm thinking like, I'm married with children, so why would I be talking to women with hurt? At that time, I didn't know where my life, no, it didn't make sense at all. But then when I went to the counselor, and again, she asked me, what makes me happy? And I said, helping others. And I told her about the dream. She said, why don't you start your own business? I'm like, no, I couldn't do that simply because I'm hurting too much.
Yeah.
And she said, that would be a good way literally to distract you, from the grieving process. So
yeah.
I told her no, I shot it down. But by the time I got into my car, that little small voice said, it's time. So I resorted back to the dream, and I said, I'm going to do it. So that day I found a person, a friend actually recommended a financial company. I sent them the paperwork, and within 30 days, I received my 501c3.
Wow.
Yeah, that was awesome, and we haven't stopped since.
Wow, that's amazing. And it's so awesome how God He has our destiny. Everything's like ordained, and like it doesn't make sense, but we're just weaving through all these things to get to our destination. I feel like this is your calling. You're someone who's lived through it. Like me having a shelter or helping single moms and stuff, they couldn't really relate to me because I haven't been through it. So sometimes our struggles and things that we've gone through is just to shape us for our destiny.
Exactly.
And it's interesting because like things that we face, God already knew like we were going to face that, but He just like saw what He could take and do with that. And I love that you're ministering to these women, giving them life and giving them a chance, because they're often forgot about.
Most definitely.
And they might feel alone too, because
They
I'm sure.
do. Very lonely.
Yeah. So you want to start a shelter, which I think is very inspiring for these women. What is that going to take? I mean, are you fearful of doing that at all, or failure, the thought of failure?
That was a big step for me because the first thing I thought about, what if it doesn't work? What's going to happen? Here I have this house. How will I be able to, pay the bills? But again, faith. When God has something for you, He just wants, everything's already laid out for you. All you have to do is walk through there.
Yes.
But if we have doubt about, if God told you to do it, just do it. But if we have doubt, and then of course all the fears and the doubts come, and we're wondering with everything I just stated, how will I pay the bills? Will anybody come?
Yeah.
Can I get help from the community? But we already put a bid out on the house, so I'm just waiting for the sellers.
Ooh, hallelujah.
I know, I'm super excited. So, and it's funny, just laying down, the Spirit begins to drop instructions into my spirit.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. Because I'm scared. I was like, I've never opened up a shelter before. I don't know the ins and outs, the business portion of it.
Yeah.
But He has put, it seems like, everyone in my life to tell me about it.
Praise God.
Yeah, I'm super excited because it's like you,
Yeah.
being able to get it out,
Yeah.
meeting your auntie, that was like, to me, a fluke. She works with my brother, so he's helping to spread the word. So it's about word of mouth right now, and I'm just like super excited with everyone I have come in encounter with.
Yeah, so
That's
God
dropping
just
wisdom.
opened doors for you.
Yes.
That's good. So you're going to have a fundraiser. It's going to be a bachelor auction, you guys. This is such a great idea.
Yes.
I mean, who doesn't want to go to an auction with handsome bachelors?
Yeah.
But do you want to tell us a little bit more about your fundraiser coming up?
Sure. It is a bachelor auction with some awesome bachelors. The whole theme is unmasking the hurt. We're having a bachelor masquerade auction for domestic violence victims, women, and their children. You might say domestic violence, usually the abuser is a man, but the man that we have, we want to show another side of a man that's gentle.
That.
Yes, that's gentle, that's caring. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a bachelor auction where women are going to be able to bid on men, and the men will take them out on a date at their expense. All proceeds do go to the program. We open up our whole nother bank account for the proceeds of the bachelor auction. So everything goes to domestic violence victims.
Yes. So is this going to be on March 4th, I believe?
March 4th, from 6 to 10. We have 2 comedians. We have a performer. We have raffles, food, drinks. It's a whole entertaining night. So not just the bachelors, they're the I should say the icing on the cake.
Yes. So we've heard a little bit about your story. What do you think is your best quality or your best strength?
I should say who's my best strength is literally, well, I could say 2 people. It's God.
Yeah.
Because when I do want to give up, it's like He just drops something into my life to say I'm here.
Yeah.
And because I feel like no one seems to understand what I'm going through right now, especially with the grieving process. I feel like I'm still in. And then the whole trying to get this together. A lot of people really don't want to share their experience. Yeah. And I'm like, hey, it's so many domestic violence victims out there. It's not like I'm going to grab all of them.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have been a little, I want to say, stingy,
yeah.
With their information.
Yeah.
But I'm just here to help. I'm not here to try to make $1 million.
Yeah.
I'm here to literally save that woman and her children.
That's deep.
Help save, I should say, through the grace and mercy of God. Help save her.
That's good. So is there something that one of these women or an individual has said to you that has just stuck with you and it's something you just can't forget?
She said one individual stated she was lonely. She lives in a house with her children. Well, she has 1 son and her mother and other family members. So you wonder, how could a person be lonely and they're surrounded by people?
Wow.
And that's where I was at. I was lonely because no one ministered to my heart. No one ministered to my thoughts.
Yeah.
They supported me, in other ways, but there was avenue I was going down, a road I was going down that only I could walk that road, and only people that knew what I was going through could really assist me.
Yeah.
But again, because you're going through that, you don't want to share everything in fear of being judged,
Yeah.
being looking like you're like pathetic.
Yeah.
You know, there's a stigmatism on single mothers thinking that they're on welfare all the time. Never received any government assistance. I wanted to do this by myself because it was my responsibility.
Yeah.
So lonely was the word that stuck with me with most of the participants.
Yeah. So what is something that you want the world to remember about Deva? When your time's up, when you leave, what is something that you want them to take away who Deva was?
Oh, wow. I want them to take away that I helped.
You helped. Mm-hmm.
Not again for financial gain, but out of pure heart, love.
Yeah.
I helped out of love.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
So, I'm very excited that you came on today.
Thank you.
Is there a website or contact information people could find you or to get the tickets for this bachelor auction?
Sure, they can go to our Facebook business page, Beyond the Hurt. You can either leave a message in our inbox, or you can just post something on the actual page. You can also go to www.beyondthehurt2016.com. Go to the contact page at the website, leave your information. One of our volunteers will contact you, or you can contact me directly at 480-886-1846.
Thank you, and I'll also have the information below too in the video. And I also wanted you to just share a little bit more about Beyond the Hurt and your mission. I know it's about empowering single mothers and children. What resources do you provide for them? Because I know it's bigger than what we've just explained.
Being fairly new, we started off our first program with helping out with household items like the laundry detergent, cleaning supplies. We have linen, baby items. We have car seats, Pampers, whatever baby items you need. Gently used clothing, career clothing, casual clothing for women, small boys, girls, all of that. We also we have an awesome trainer named Sierra Allen. She's a certified trainer. She helps out with resume building and workshops for mock interviews. Again, we are linked with iCore.
Fitness Works.
Fitness Works.
I go to Fitness Works. So yes, Gilbert.
Yes. And I think at Arizona Mentor, we had some great, awesome employees. I believe we had about 5 or 6 women that were hired through Beyond the Hurt.
That is amazing. And I'm inspired by you. I'm inspired that you're using your strengths and everything that you've gone through to just make this world better. And I feel like it's people like you who softly, quietly just change the world. And it's people like you that are just, God's just smiling at, he's happy about. So I wish you the best. I wish you blessings. Do you have any closing thoughts or anything you want to share with our viewers before we tune out?
Sure. If you want to donate, please go to the contacts that I previously gave you. We take monetary donations. We take, we do have PayPal, so if you want to contact us through there. Also, we take gently used clothing, small appliances, and furniture. So if you want to donate, please do so.
Because this stuff isn't cheap, you guys. They're a non-profit. It's not cheap. So whatever you can give would be great and just a blessing to Miss Deva.
Thank you.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Coffee with Tara. If you were inspired by Deva's story, please share and also get tickets for the auction, you guys. Have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Now come on, somebody give him glory. Come on, somebody open your mouth.